Yellow. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is a welcome back, I guess, for the first um, non-crazy episode of the Bengals After Dark video cast. How y'all doing? You doing good, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Just hanging in there. The draft just got over with, so good.
Good, man. So yesterday was an eventful day. We were looking to have a recap on Saturday night on the two picks, Demetrius Knight Jr. and then end of the night with Dylan Fairchild. But we had some stuff come up. So we're here tonight. We're planning to go through days 2 and 3 of the draft. And it was an eventful one, bro. You started the draft off early. The first pick of day 3 or day 2 was Carson Swessinger, right? A popular name amongst Bengals fans for a guy that they were hoping to get. Quality linebacker out of UCLA. Really like a Logan Wilson prototype, except with even a bit more speed. But then you end up turning to the 17th pick in night 2 with Demetrius Knight, bro. So how do you feel about that pick, though?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I think I felt kind of like how a lot of people felt. It's kind of the 25-year-old rookie. I think that's how you look at it right off the bat.
Unk.
Age, but everything you read about him, he's a really good player. Had a second round label on him, so I think it's good at. Al is his specialty is with linebackers, so we'll see how he works with them.
No doubt, bro. So I think it was obviously a bit early, but the more that you learn about him, his character, his quality production, plus the big thing is with the linebacker position, it's a reach that I've turned around to accept. All right. So while it was early, it makes so much sense. The character quality of this guy is something that's so desperately needed to be injected into that locker room, even as a young guy. Not that he's going to take over and, wear a captain's patch year one. I don't expect that. But I do expect a guy to raise the tide and kind of be the retro of what a 2020 prototype for the Bengals draftees was, right? The super high character guy. And like we talked about with the developmental curve, the positions that take the longest to develop in the league are tight ends and linebackers and maybe offensive tackles or defensive linemen, but linebackers in particularly. So if there was a position that you're willing to take a higher age guy, it's linebacker. So you expect him to come in day one. And now it does get a bit interesting, right? With the acquisition of uh, Barrett Carter, I still expect Demetrius Knight to be the guy that's the assumed starter. He's linebacker too now. Jermaine Pratt is all but gone. He's just got to be cut. You get that money back, flip it, get a veteran with it. Go take that 6.5 mil, get Justin Simmons or Dalton Risner with it. But outside of that, bro, pick 49, Demetrius Knight. That's your LB1, bro. Or LB2, my apologies.
Lance Zierlein compared this guy to Jermaine Pratt.
You want to talk about safety, bro? Like security for an offseason? The Bengals went with what they knew. But I mean, like, doesn't that make sense though, bro? Like, they got burned so bad the past couple years with taking those risks. And you know what? Like, a lot of fans and a lot of you guys listening, that's what we were wanting. We were wanting them to take more risk, right? Like, think outside the box. Get that guy that could be a bit risky of a character, but I mean, look at the potential, whatever. And they did that, got burned bad, bro. Bad. Like, infamously bad. Like Sheldon Rankins. We love Jermaine Burton. We're stands at Jermaine Burton, but like, we're not going to stand for what he's done. How bad they got burned, bro. They went back to the drawing board and they're like, all right, what's the nucleus of what led us here? Not those types of guys. So yeah, it's funny, bro. Like Jermaine Pratt prototype. If you want to go back to like 2022 Jermaine Pratt, they'll take that all day, bro.
100%. And I think it's good that he's a plug and play. Put him inserted right into the starting lineup, like you said. But the one thing that I was thinking about, and maybe something you guys listen to, 25, right? So you look at that rookie contract for 4 years, be 30, on a second contract, and who's to say, regression can't happen on this second contract, which I think it will,
Hmm.
realistically speaking.
So I totally get what you're saying, bro. But in the end, they're in such a desperate need of impact now. They'll worry about that shit later. You know what I'm saying? Like, plus, like, what's interesting is Logan Wilson in 2020 was almost 25. The same type, and we've seen success. We actually talked about this earlier today, bro. And we'll get to Taj Brooks, which is a really interesting ad for the last pick in the draft as well. It makes sense why the Bengals took this risk because they're living that risk on the good end right now. Logan Wilson is a very productive cornerstone piece of your team right now, being that age coming out. And guess what? He came in year one. He was only really, I wouldn't say he was completely pigeonholed by Josh Bynes, but I feel like it was a great integration period for Logan with Josh Bynes being in the mix, but he didn't need Josh Bynes there to adapt. Like he was getting interceptions in his first start. Remember in week 3 against Carson Wentz, he was ready. I think Demetrius Knight is going to be able to come in, provide you that 2022 Jermaine Pratt type play to where you're a bit less stiff in the hips, whatever. You got a bit more fluidity, a bit more zoom sideline to sideline. The instincts have always been there. So I think he's going to be able to provide you with that. You'll worry about that shit later. Get a high character guy, inject it into the locker room, inject that speed, fluidity, confidence in coverage, instincts to fire the gaps right now. Or we'll worry about that other shit later, bro.
Yeah, and one thing I've always talked about when talking about Jermaine is his clutchness, right? And I think that is something that no matter what, even the regression we've seen with him, he still made big plays. So it's going to be big for Knight to come in and create turnovers, you know what I'm saying, and get in on it with Logan because that's what Jermaine and Logan were so good at was creating turnovers.
Playmakers.
I think if I'm not mistaken, you check the stat sheet. I'm pretty sure them combined as a duo, it's the most interceptions in the NFL at the linebacker position since they were drafted. So, I think just making those big plays in key moments, it's going to be hard to replace. But at the end of the day, I think they have the right coach that focuses on this. So, we'll see how it goes from there.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. So, yeah, kind of turning the page from pick 49. I feel pretty good about it. And like I said, with the age, with the position that you would prefer somebody to be a bit more ready to integrate day one into a big time role, I feel good about it. So moving on to pick 3, bro, Dylan Fairchild. What a lot of people was hoping for was the other guard, right? Tate Ratledge. He was there. He was there at 49. But then you go with the kind of the reach at linebacker, and we're like, what the bleep for my YouTube out there? What the heck is going on, bro? Yeah, what the hell, LeBron James, whatever you want to call it, bro. It's like, what? But let me tell you something, bro. Dylan Fairchild, prototype of a Scott Peters potential masterpiece. Like, I think Dylan Fairchild, he excels really well in pass blocking, had the highest pass blocking grade of 88.9 of any guard over the past 2 seasons in college football. SEC product, has been healthy. A little bit shorter guy. Actually, I refrain from that. He's 6'5". I guess I was thinking to someone else. 6'5", 320. So he's got the size that you want. And he is competent in run blocking. But he even talked about it. He wants to get better at that, but pass blocking is your bread and butter. Bro, don't you threaten me with a good time. All I need you to do is drop back 45 times a game. All right. And then we'll worry about the run later. We establish the pass with the run because we're different than the rest of the league. All right. So it was a cool thing, bro. Like he talked about with Scott Peters, like when him and Scott had they were doing their one-on-ones at the Georgia Pro Day. He got pad to pad on him. And I don't know, they made it sound a little foo-foo. Like it was that moment, like both of their etiquettes of Scott Peters' MMA background and his strike concept that's really revolutionizing blocking. And then his wrestling background, like they both kind of hit the same time. They're like, dude, like we're meant for each other, So it's cool that he's a Bengal now.
Speaking of that wrestling record, I believe it was 67-0.
Come on, bro. What a thumper. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. First of all, like what weight class he was in, I wouldn't even want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, how do you feel about the draft pick overall, bro?
I think it's similar to the second round pick, right? Plug and play starter. That's what they found in the second, third rounds, even the fourth round. Most people consider Barrett as the AUG replacement. He gets in there. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way about Fairchild. Slot him in there at left guard. I think he's going to be Wilson. I don't
Oh yeah.
it's going to be a competition. And if not, then it's bad. Or it could be good. Maybe Cordell took that leap with Scott Peters, but
Cordell Ascension, year 4, bro. Give it up. No, I'm kidding. Come on, bro. Even got Bella turning the page. Come on, bro. You know what else they would love as well is for the guy that they drafted day 1. Of course, you're not given. I mean, you don't want to say, hey, this is your job completely. A part of me almost thinks, bro, like, because Dan Pitcher finally got his chance to talk, for the 3rd pick. And I could tell, it's like all the years where like Brian Callahan's like, oh, this is sick. I get to finally speak in day 4 because Lou gets all his guys early. So Dan is coming in there hot, bro. How bold? I almost didn't know if he understood the question because like they were like, all right, is Dylan Fairchild going to be is that something along the lines of like, is that his job to lose? Dan straight up says, oh yeah, that is Dylan Fairchild's job to lose. And I was just like, damn, like that night to say like that's his job clearly. It's impressive, bro. I hope so. I mean, you expect him to compete, but like it's definitely who they want week 1.
It's like you were saying when he first came in there. I think the first thing he said was, "We can slide him in there left guard." Like, just instant. So,
bro, Dylan Fairchild just solved the fucking problem, bro. Just get the vet, bro. Get the vet for the other side, dude. We got to do it.
Let me just talk about the what if now, since we'll never be able to talk about this again. You don't take Demetrius Knight in the second round. Imagine Tate Ratledge, Fairchild, Amarius Smith.
Come on, bro. I mean, we might as well have gotten. I think it was McLaughlin. I think Seth McLaughlin was Ohio State. There was a Simon. The center's name's escaping me, bro. You might as well have gotten him too. You might as well trade for Andrew Thomas from the Giants, who they probably don't want. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, bro. I mean, it would have been pretty crazy. That's the interesting part, right? So there's tons of names that a lot of people grew privy to, grew attached to, that were right there, bro. Right there. And the Bengals didn't take them. That's always how it goes. Because like every team's got different ways that, that they deem successful, whatever. And like at the end of the day, that's not really our choice, to say on what's going to work or not. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Huh. Oh.
Oops.
Mic not on.
Not added to the stage.
What? No,
bro. Yeah, that was
10 minutes. You were added preset.
Yeah,
Really?
that's weird. You guys can hear me now, I'm sure.
Wow.
Hey, this is, like I said, this is a learning curve. We appreciate you guys for
It
letting
is.
us know.
Hey, we're like a Bengals rookie. We got a developmental curve.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to take time, but you guys, listeners, are going to commit to us because you love us, right? That's crazy.
That's
like
crazy.
we could have been benched for that. Like if that was like correlated to like football production, like you know what I mean, non-existent, bro. Like we got to pull you off the field. We're gonna try you next week. That's like Jermaine Burton stuff, low key, bro. That may be unacceptable. That's crazy though.
So I need to. You cutting me?
Yeah, you may. If you want to, you can ask for a trade, Jermaine, or
Yeah.
well,
So
I
you know what?
Yeah,
I have trade value. Okay, I have trade value. I think so.
That's right. Oh, okay, interesting.
Okay, so
Breaking
now we can hear you. I appreciate it, Jules. Appreciate it.
Appreciate all you guys for tuning in and being patient. Hey man, that's a pretty solid number, bro, for almost 11 at night on a Sunday. Y'all got work tomorrow morning, or maybe none of y'all have jobs. I don't know. I don't have a job. Definitely be busy at work, so that's why. Bengals After Dark. It's a real thing. It's pitch black outside. So, yeah, appreciate all you guys tuning in for now. I hope y'all kind of heard, some of the interactions going on with the Pick 49. Dylan Fairchild in round 3. We're kind of cooking there, but kind of to give a summary for anybody that's just tapped in, we feel pretty good about Pick 49. DKJ, kind of like DKJ. That's just me. Or Knight, the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
That's fire.
49.
That's
right?
fire.
49. Hibachi's number, bro.
He picked 49?
Yeah, I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Did he?
don't know. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, I think he picked 49.
I didn't
Bro,
see.
they got the numbers right away, bro. You see that?
Yeah.
Bro, Shamar Stewart, 97. Gay? Bro, that's lame number, bro. I'm sorry.
You know what I found out today? I did not realize that defensive linemen cannot wear single digits. I thought with the rule change that
That's gay,
that
bro.
was it. Because I was like Kayvon Thibodeau, but then I'm like, they have him listed
Edge.
as a linebacker. So they would have to list Shamar as a linebacker if he wanted to take number 4.
All right, I'm going to tell you right now. Football etiquette. You better be a dude if you're wearing single digits. That's not a quarterback, period. Like, you better be that dude if you're going to wear it, all right? So, and guess what? All of our dogs that wear single digits are demons, some of the best in the league.
Yeah.
So, Shamar Stewart, if he wanted 4, I'd tell him, listen, you're going to wear number 40 before 4, bro. You better earn that shit.
Wait a sec. Does my goat wear 3 or 4?
Special teams doesn't
7?
count, bro.
Is it 7?
Wait,
I think he wears 7, right?
No, he wears
8.
8.
8. Oh, the
Bro.
vintage Kobe. Oh, how did I forget?
Hey,
How did I forget?
special teamers don't matter. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, bro. They don't, bro. If we get Ryan Rico on this show,
I'm gonna turn up.
and I'm gonna turn my mic off because what are we gonna talk about, bro? You boot the ball so far, bro. No Diddy, like it's crazy, bro. Like, no, I'm kidding. Hey, their lives matter because they make money. They make more money than me, but like,
Yes, sir. Been following
on,
you
bro.
both since 2020 season, so it's dope to see you in person making this content. Well, we appreciate you, Jules.
appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Yeah. And we're only going up from here, bro. We got a lot of really cool stuff on the way. We wanted to make sure that we came correct for you guys. That if we were going to present a new version of content, we were going to go all the way with it. We didn't want to do anything half-baked. Drake and I contemplated some stuff for a while, bro. Right? Like for a while.
Since last season.
For real.
I mean, we were thinking about jumping in mid-season last year,
Yup.
but it probably would have been okay. Not many of you guys know this. Unk status. We were trying this on Zoom. Okay, we had no idea how to. I was telling B-Thanks, I'm like, well, how do we get the storage to? Because we're gonna be downloading videos that are like an hour long.
Yeah.
So, and how do we upload it to YouTube? Then we figure out finally how to do it, and here we are.
It's so much easier than we thought, bro. It's like new doors just keep opening. The one thing you learn is like, oh, like that's how you get this thing to that.
Right.
Like, how does this mic go into there? Yeah, it's been a pretty cool process, guys. So definitely appreciate you being along for the journey. So with all that stuff behind, let's move to round 4, right? So this was the interesting pick.
Yeah.
Right. So Barrett Carter, linebacker out of Clemson, speedy, and dude, overall phenomenal player. Like a maniac towards the line of scrimmage and really good instincts as well. Been there, done that, knows what he's seeing and knows how to capitalize on that. Multi-year starter in Clemson, almost 4.5 flat speed. So he gives you that ADG type ability of zooming sideline to sideline, strong instincts, really fluid hips, and confident in coverage. So a little bit different body type than ADG, but really providing you that element of that. And this just hit me, bro. Al Golden, linebacker coach for 2020, drafted 3 linebackers, Drake. We did not draft a linebacker for 4 years. 4 years, bro. 24 till round 2 and then round 4, bro.
Yeah.
So you're telling me 2 years of Al Golden being at the helm, you draft 5 linebackers, bro? What?
That's just crazy. That's
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like it is crazy. So it makes so much sense. The linebacker magician, really, what
Yeah.
we deemed him as for revolutionizing our linebackers, bro. Like he set us up for years after he left. And then
Bochy,
now,
Johnston. I mean, the list goes on. How many guys that he's really, put together. So what was I just looking at here? Oh yeah. So the fourth round, right? I think a lot of people we were getting around there. I was thinking about it. I think a lot of people were too. Was double dipping at the guard position, right? That was very possible. A
Mhm.
name out there was Luke Kandra, but it's like that guy went undrafted. He fell down a lot of boards and didn't wind up getting drafted. The Bengals find their guy here in round 4. And what I think is kind of also interesting, right? Reviewing day 1 and then the start of day 2, it seemed like the Bengals knew who they wanted going into each day, because we heard the Shamar buzz, right? I
Yeah.
think they wanted Shamar. I really do believe that. And then I
Mhm.
think you look at the second round, Knight. Al said he woke up that morning and wanted Demetrius Knight.
Yeah.
So I think that this was a draft where even the first 4 rounds too, they get their guys. It's just a matter of, okay, let's see it on the field.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, bro. I mean, and a lot of fans like rolled their eyes, when it came to wow, like Demetrius Knight, really? Like that was a dude you were head over heels for, like entering the 49th best player in the draft. When it makes that much sense, bro, why not?
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it by now. Like, because at the end of the day, bro, all we want to do is to see these guys ball out and provide value for you. And especially right now, that's why there was so much criticism with the Shamar pick. And we haven't completely deviated from that. We're still largely kind of in the same realm.
Yeah.
But, overall, man, like bringing it back with Barrett Carter here, you really like the upside from him. And you're just adding more juice and stability in that room because, we saw the value in what linebackers could give you for years. So there's nothing wrong with adding a talent that you think can give you a lot of value. Linebacker 3, I don't see him being a guy that would like take Demetrius Knight's role or nothing as a rookie. Like that kind of feels like a lot.
Right.
Like kind of put yourself into a role that you can provide value every week for, but not take a starting role. That's fine. So I see him as a really good talent. But that was this draft. Like I wouldn't have expected 2 linebackers. But like I guess if there was a position that you want to add, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You could have just brought Joe Bocci back. But I mean, adding Barrett Carter, I can't be mad, bro.
Yeah, and okay. And Al is trying to, kind of piece together some different things here for this new defense. So I honestly wonder if Barrett Carter or Knight could possibly be another guy. Appreciate you.
Of course, bro.
Could be another guy that could help with that pass rush. It would be nice to see a linebacker rush the quarterback. I'm not going to lie to you, B. Thanks. Brief intermission.
All right. I stay hydrated. Nah, bro. Bro, whatever Al Golden wants to do, I don't care. I do not care. If I'm not mistaken, I think Barrett Carter had 5.5 sacks in the season. So, yeah, bro. I mean, you talk about a dude on key third downs that knows how to get after the passer. I think Logan Wilson had, 3.5 sacks in a year or something like that? So if you had a dude, a Swiss Army knife, not like lining up on the edge as a pass rusher, but a dude that is just so confident with what he sees. That's what that tells me as a linebacker, right? You know which gap to fire through. You know what your role is on key third downs. And a guy, and also what that tells me is for an AFC North battle on key downs to get an opposing team off the field, like a Lamar Jackson, can you attack them behind the line of scrimmage? Possibly, maybe 80 had a couple of years with that. Well, that was our weapon, bro. When we finally learned to use that, like that's what really helped set us up, and have success against, I guess, some of the run game against Lamar, but then he cut us up infamously in the pass game. You know, so yeah, bro, I like the Carter pick. I really think it can give you a lot of value. You know, and like I said, it is what it is. Like it wasn't a perfect draft, right? And this kind of encapsulated that. Like there's a lot there, right? I guess Carter has shown a lot. And I think he's gonna be able to provide more value than like a Shamar Stewart year one. But like there could have been ways that there could have been more effective guys we could have picked than him. But it is what it is. You got to get talent. So
Yeah. I mean, Dallas getting a steal there with what was it, Siobhan Revel? Is that how you say his name? Cornerback.
Yeah.
Man, imagine if he would have slid there to the 4th. That'd have been something hard to pass up. But
You want to talk about a dude that slid? Mike Green, bro. The Ravens, bro. It's on site, bro. The next Ravens fan I see, and they say a mother freaking word to me.
we took your safety, okay? You want to draft Malachi Starks because we took your safety, bitch. Sorry.
That's not the flex, bro. That is not the flex. Hey, that's what they're doing to us.
I
They're
know.
laughing.
Facts.
Bro, just wait till we sign. That'd be like signing Marcus Williams. Bro, y'all mad because we took your safeties. Like, bro, that was our scraps. Dirty seconds, bro. They got the best fucking safety unit in the league, bro. I hate to say it. And then they got Mike Green. That dude's got CTE already. He's gonna be crazy. But you know what's crazy, bro? The Ravens got a weird trend of like trading away their only edge rushers worth a damn. You realize they have Matthew Judon and Zadarius Smith on rookie contracts, 5th and 7th round picks, bro. Yeah, those guys did nothing with them, bro. Traded them. So hopefully they do the same thing with Mike Green if he ends up becoming any.
Yeah. Where did you know who's gonna turn someone into a guy? Pittsburgh Jack Sawyer.
Shut up, bro. Gosh, hey,
Watch.
bro, Shador going to the Browns.
Let's get it.
Bro, the Browns are a dumpster fire, bro. Dylan Gabriel and Shador, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson. Bro, even as Bengals fans, I would watch them on Hard Knocks, bro.
Yeah.
What a joke. Like, they're such a joke. They don't even know what to do. Like, what the hell? But, nah, bro. Just trying to keep it on path with our draft picks. So, this pisses me off because I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. What is his name? Our 5th round tackle, guard, center, flexibility. He's played all 5 positions, literally from Miami. Massive human being, 6'7", 330 pounds. I don't know his name. I have every other info.
Jalen Rivers.
Jalen Rivers.
Trench boy. He's in the rivers.
Trench boy, the size of the Ohio River. He's a massive human being, bro.
Yeah.
And you talk about a dude pass blocking first. A guy that is really good with his hands, really good first step as a tackle. So he puts himself in a lot of good positions. He's worked in a phone booth. He played literally half of his games last season at tackle and at guard in the same games. They had to flip him everywhere. Like, yo, one drive tackle, one drive left guard. And you got to protect our, at the time, Miami's most important player, Cam Ward. So I love the profile of this guy, bro. And also, here's what's interesting. So the reporters were asking him, right, Mr. Rivers, so we like your tackle guard flexibility. We think what is your path to competing for a depth tackle spot look like? He was like, oh, well, they were talking to me about playing guard. Really? Hey, look, dude, if this massive human being can be molded into a competent guard, like all of a sudden, like somebody's going to rise to the top.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not that I just keep thinking back to the Bills a couple years ago, bro. Not that this always works, but you give yourself more room to make this work. Of if you throw bodies at the spot, God damn, like somebody's going to rise to the top.
One's got to stick.
One's got to, bro. You can only be ass for so long. You know what I'm saying? You can only not hit on anything for so long. So if that's the case, bro, you're talking about, what, 5, 6 bodies at that room? And call me crazy, bro. I don't give a damn. Sign a bet. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Like, what is wrong with throwing so many bodies at that O-line to finally have security that Joe Burrow is going to stay upright? Because if he doesn't, none of this works, right? That's what everybody says. So I like that pick, man. I think his meeting went super well with Scott Peters. That's why you got him.
Yeah. And I think, what they did in the draft and how we've seen in the last couple of years with the Bengals getting those guys that, kind of depth pieces rounding off the room, they've done good with that over the past few years. It's just they didn't do nothing in free agency to address the guard spot. So it's still, even with Dylan Fairchild and Jalen Rivers there, it's still, not comfort. So I have to see Scott Peters get to work, see some jujitsu or something, teach him that. But I mean, I still am not that confident. Now, I know people are talking about Dalton Risner. Why are you going to sign Dalton Risner if you just signed drafted your left guard in the 3rd round? Doesn't make much sense to me. Beg Brandon Scherff not to retire. Like, bro, please, come on, man.
Come on, bro. We can secure you a job day one, and forget everything. Forget the depth, bro.
Right.
I don't care. Solve it today. You got money. What's the point? That's like how you just heard me say, I don't care, bro. Put as many bodies at it as you want. Cut 2 or 3 guys. I don't care. Bro, make sure that you have the security this year to not have this problem again. Here's what's asinine. The guard position has derailed this team 3 of the past 5 years, single-handedly. If you want to talk about it, from literally the play that's ruined a season,
right.
Joe Burrow nearly died because of a guard, because of terrorist Michael Johnson or Michael Jordan. Sorry, shout out Michael Johnson. Didn't mean to throw it straight at you. Then 21, you lose your season because of an incompetent guard play. 22.
Injuries.
Chris Jones has 84 sacks in the AFC Championship game on the first drive, because of guards. And then just season after season, you have your season derailed, bro, because of guard play. It is pretty crazy that they won't just go. The Lions go 23 and a half minutes without a Pro Bowl guard and draft another Pro Bowl guard.
Oh,
Tate Ratledge.
Hall of Famer.
Then they draft Miles Frazier, who's going to be great too. Miles Frazier is going to be a dog from LSU. I'm just bro, they just great guards. And it's what are we doing? Do we have CTE? Do we have CTE?
Yeah.
What will it take, bro? We have lost seasons because of incompetent guard play. So where I'm at,
Super Bowl.
Still Super Bowl, bro. In championship games, plural. The national championship game in the NFL, the Super Bowl, the AFC championship game. What will it take for you to get a fucking competent guard, bro? I would do it today. So I don't care about Jackson Kirkland. I don't care. I don't care about Lucas Patrick. I don't care about Cody Ford. I don't care, bro. I want Brandon Scherff or Dalton Risner, period, bro.
Yeah. I just think the Dalton Risner one, it's you look at the snap count and played most of his career at left guard. So it's asking him to move to the right side might be.
Listen, Unc, you want a job? You want a job, old man? You want to sit on the sidelines, man? You want to make $2 million and start for the best quarterback in the league?
Play average?
Come on, dude. We're going to go win a freaking bowl.
It's sad that average O-line play is great to us.
Bro, we're who was it? I don't know. Just think of any position. I don't know. We're the worst with O-lines, bro, the past 10 years. It's crazy. You look at teams, and it's so interesting because, we really get to live both worlds of this, bro. I'm trying to think. Imagine if we were the Ravens for wide receivers. We just can't get it right. And us, bro, we just nothing. It's so easy for us. But in the same way, they produce O-linemen. We're how'd you do that?
Right.
Bro, we draft the first rounder ass. We can they draft first round receivers. They can't get it right. Bro, Zay Flowers. Guys, Zay Flowers was the Ravens' only drafted Pro Bowl receiver in their history, bro. Ever. ever, bro. And he had 1,000 yards. And he got thrown by BTJ. Like, so I hate to say it, we're in that realm of like O-lineman right now, bro. This past decade,
Shout out LeJarius Sneed.
bro. L'Jarius Sneed, wasn't he like a 5th or 7th round pick, bro?
Something like that, yeah.
Hey, bro.
We need something like that, man. We need a hit on these later round picks, man. Can you imagine if Jalen Rivers turned into fucking Jalen Green on child support?
Listen, bro. Child support pay Jalen Green is dog.
Dog.
Listen, bro. Yeah, we don't want to get too far off topic, but you guys know we always do this. Like when we're on the pod, we're just kicking it, and we'll just go away from what we're talking about. But don't worry, we'll come back to the 25 draft later. Let's talk about the 23 draft real quick. The day 3 picks in that class, bro. Come on, dude. Nobody get like we only if we got to see DJ Ivy play a bit more last year.
Yeah.
Bro, the 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks outside of the PORN star, Brad Robbins, bro, that day 3 was crazy in 23, bro.
Hey, Brad's in Buffalo, man. He's on a roster.
I forgot. Bro, that reminds me, you know the Ravens drafted a kicker, bro?
Tyler Snoop.
Tyler, like,
Snoop.
yeah,
I think it was Snoop.
some weirdness.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, or like I don't even remember
You
his
can't
last
beat them allegations, I guess.
name. Nah, bro. Bro, Justin Tugger, bro. Justin Tugger. He's going to the UFL, bro.
Oh, he's going to the state.
He's going to the bid. He's like, hey, what we doing? We putting pen to paper? Nah, he's like, no, you go to the pen. See you later. Like, you're done, bro. Justin Tugger's cooked, bro. Justin Tugger's about to go to the Browns. Just wait, dude. Bro, the Hard Knocks, bro, they're gonna be like the corner zone of the fucking county jail, bro. That'd be crazy.
Sean
Led by Desage, bro. They'd have the craziest, bro. I don't even want to know.
You think they're gonna cut him once he gets healthy? Because they obviously can't cut.
Tugger? Oh. What?
Yeah.
Not Tugger. Yeah, I mean, I think they have to, but they owe him like $1 billion. So I don't know, bro. I think the Browns, bro, I swear I think they owe him like $200 million.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, the Cleveland Browns ownership launders money. There is no fucking way these dudes can just keep printing money the way they do.
Bro,
A new stadium.
they're going all in, bro.
They took they must have, you know what they did? They took out like a $5 billion loan and they gave like one of it to Deshaun to the stadium, bro.
Bro, the craziest part is like literally that was the worst trade in the history of sports. Don't we love it as Bengals fans, bro? That shit's crazy. But nah, bro, I don't want to sit here and talk about the Browns. Like, even though it is interesting, bro. Like, because the craziest part, like, this is crazy to think about. Joe Flacco, you feel the most security in him starting now. It's crazy, bro. It's 2025.
6 posts in one day.
What?
6 Joe Flacco posts in one day after he signed.
Bro, I mean, yeah, they had nothing else to talk about.
Franchise.
This is Joe Flacco's franchise. Bro,
This
that's
is
like
their
mad.
version of Joe Burrow.
Exactly, bro. It is crazy, but like what I'm saying is outside of the security they have in Joe Flacco week 1, bro, Shador has just as much of a chance to earn that starting job, bro.
100%.
Man, what are they gonna do? Like trade Dylan Gabriel like week 2 of preseason? Like they're about to trade him tomorrow, bro. They should have returned him. Can you return in the draft? Like return to shipping?
Wait, when did they draft him? What round?
Dylan Gabriel was round 3, bro. Dude, he was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is crazy. I thought this was my team.
Sorry, Dylan. Yeah, you're gonna be a Pittsburgh Steeler in a couple of years, buddy.
With Will Howard.
Shit.
What a joke, dude.
My buddy said, because I can't beat the Will Howard allegations lately. Everybody says I look like Will Howard, bro.
For real?
So a buddy texts me, he's like, pack your bags, you're going to Pittsburgh. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, bro, that's foul. All right, bro. So productive stuff, the most important stuff, right? We move on with the 2025 draftees. So we talk about Jalen Rivers,
Last guy.
Taj Brooks, bro, little dog, little demon, right? Little bulldozer.
Mm-hmm.
95 broken tackles last year, bro. If I'm not mistaken, that may have led FBS, or it was up there, bro. It was up there. Past 2 years, I think he's led with the most missed tackles, dude. Low center of gravity. I think I saw 5'10", if I'm not mistaken.
5'9".
Yeah, 5'11", 215, bro. So like, just thick build, dude, and a highly productive running back. What do you think about the sixth round pick?
You know, we were just talking about Shador, you know, the watch, the
Mhm.
flex.
Yeah.
So he actually does something when he scores touchdowns, right? It's his own celly, and it's called Taj time. And he
For real?
puts it the watch.
No way.
Taj time.
I did not know about his game like that.
Yep.
Oh shit. Hey, how lit would it be, bro? We're just burying the Steelers like 30-3, and him and Chase Brown just popping out in the Taj time, bro. It's tea time. Time to tee him up. Ooh, that's hard, bro. So yeah, man. Like I think a highly productive running back. That was another interesting part that some people were like, I don't know with, but kind of like what we were talking about with Knight being older, kind of gives you a little bit with that high production. You've seen this pay off positively with Chase Brown, the most productive or the most producing, the highest volume running back coming out of the 23 draft, 1,800 yards, but like 300 something carries, bro, 35 carries a game for Chase Brown. Speedy guy too, right? So like it was kind of a double whammy with him, like injuries, soft tissue. He's a speed demon. Got to keep those hammies right. That has paid off for you overall. Knock on wood, right? So it makes sense. It was a calculated risk that the Bengals have seen pay off for them in the past couple of years. So that's why instead of being negated or turning away from this pick, I turn into it. I'm like, all right. Not that it always turns out that way, right? But like something that I think they feel good about, man. The guy that's proven a lot.
Right. And I've heard that he's the best pass blocking running back in the draft. Best blocking running back in the draft. So
come on, bro.
It's
some JP.
Right.
Little Tajay B.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, it's crazy also, B things.
Shit, I'm getting Tajay. I'm getting T-time. T-time already.
Every game last year and 19 out of his last 22 games, he's had 100 or more rushing yards.
Come on, bro. Like, yeah, that's consistency. He's been healthy. Right. So a dude that has been there, done that. He's been producing for 3-4 years. And I love it. You know, I think it's great. So I think Taj Brooks is going to be able to step in day one. And what's nice is like, not only is like the floor a standard of keeping all your draftees, I think you feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying about all these draftees. So that's what's interesting. Like, I think you're still uncertain with the Zach Moss situation, right? Like we're purely speculating, but we kind of talked about it. Probably injury settlement related, possibly for more guaranteed money to kind of take care of him. You don't know where he's at with his neck injury. It's still up in the air. What?
They reworked his deal.
Yeah, no, I know they reworked. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah, with the more guaranteed money. I don't know, like I said, if that's behind the scenes, hey, we're going to lay this out. If this may be more severe, because the neck injury, whatever that is, running back 3, running back 4, the room's loaded. I think Taj can step in day one and give you something. I don't see him getting 3 to 7 carries week 1, unless if like barring injury or something. But like I think about a guy that's at week 1 going to be on the active roster, being a gunner for you. You know, because you moved on from Travion, you know, after 6 years, which is kind of crazy, 6th-round pick being with the team for 6 years. But, you know, so I think moving forward, I think that's a guy that can provide value for you day one.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I'm actually really excited about this pick more than most, maybe. I think he could be a dog. I'm calling it right now. He's going to be that guy in preseason that everybody talks about. Like he's gonna be the guy,
like a Jaquez Patrick, like a big body thumper, but like just to get cut and go to the UFL. No. T-time is staying. T-time for a long time. Yeah, bro. So like, If you could rank 1 to 6 of your favorite draft picks to your least, what would it be?
That's interesting. Okay, let's go Fairchild 1 because I love protecting Joe Burrow, so I can't hate that. Second, Taj Time. I don't know why I fuck with Taj Time.
Time.
I was really hyped with that. He seems like a high character guy too. So yeah, I put him at 2. Oh God, I don't want to absolutely dog the fuck out of Shamar. 3. Fuck. 3, I'll put Shamar. I'll put Shamar at 3. Because I've kind of grown around it. I've kind of come to terms with
That
it.
sounds nice. That sounds like a contribution award.
Yeah.
Like I gotta add him or else I'll get cooked if I don't. But okay, third.
Throw him at 3. 4, I'd put our second round pick, Knight, Demetrius Knight Jr. And then last one, Barrett.
Jalen Rivers. Forgot him. Where is he at? 5 or 6?
How did I forget Jalen Rivers? Let's put him
Tackle guard, center flexibility. Just throw that dude anywhere, bro. He may be Mike Iguano for all
Yeah,
we know.
we'll throw him. We'll throw him at 3. We'll put Shamar at 4. There we go. Yeah, put him
Okay.
at 3. Shamar at 4.
Damn, Barrett Carter at 6.
I know. It's not.
Okay.
It's for the Shamar enthusiast out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, bro. So I guess I would say for mine, and I want to pre-frame for everybody. I love all these players. Like I want to see all of them win. I love them as they're Bengals now. And I love them as characters. Like I just love these guys.
Right.
These seem like awesome dudes, bro. And obviously on the field and off the field are different things, right? We all know that because we see guys that are demons on the field, but you got a lot of baggage outside of that. But so I would have to go with 1 being I'm not gonna lie, like DKJ, Demetrius Knight is sneaking up on me a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think I'm gonna have to go with the value of Dylan Fairchild, round 3, the confidence that they have in him to step in day 1 for a round 3 guard, protecting Joe Burrow, like you're talking about, overcrowding that room. Yes, please. Just keep throwing bodies at confident guys that you think so you can finally build a backlog of stability, to where you're not just banking on one guy. He doesn't come through and then everything's a flop, so he'd be at 1.
I wish we would have saw him test.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wish we would have seen half these guys test.
Right.
We didn't get complete tests out of
Yeah.
a lot of them. So, yeah, for sure. But I still feel pretty confident. I see his fluidity in his hips and how quick he can get up to the second level, even as a run blocker, knowing that that's not his forte, how quick and good he is with his hands. I think he's a pretty athletic guy. So I would have felt confident that he would have tested pretty well. So, yeah, he'll be at 1. Demetrius Knight is at 2. Like we talked about, the character is off the charts. That's 1,000 snaps given type of guy, week 1. And Dylan Fairchild. It's kind of where you are as a franchise, right? Like your picks weren't perfect. You didn't have a ton of picks in top 50 or something like that. You had to take what you could, right? Which is typically pretty rare anyways. And you didn't sign great in free agency. So that's what you got to roll with. I love that that's what their roles are going to be. So, I mean, not that I'm saying how everybody else judge what their top 6 should be, but like overall, what you're leaning into, guys that are going to get 1,000 snaps are what you should be into the most because that's what you need the most. So, yeah, 1,000 snaps, Dylan Fairchild, number 1. And then another 1,000 snaps for DKJ, number 2. Number 3, I'm going to go with a little sleeper here. I'm going to go Barrett Carter just because of how good of a player I think he is, the character that he is as well. I mean, Dabo Swinney couldn't say enough good things about him. Leader on a SEC, right? That's how little I know about college. They're not ACC. They're SEC, I'm pretty sure. Clemson. Big schools. I don't give a damn. I don't care about college. All right? I only care about college for this stuff. All right? So nonetheless, huge school player, ton of success. Like I talked about, ADG type mold. And I think that he's going to be able to provide a lot of competency and depth in the middle of that field. So he's a sleeper at 3. 4. I'm going to go with Jalen Rivers. And I'm really not in a state to where I don't dislike any of the picks at this point. The only pick that I really have a legit question or gripe about is the variance with Shamar Stewart. That's it. So I want to just add that claim as I'm going down here. So 4, Jalen Rivers, because obviously he didn't play center in college games, but throwing him at center in the Senior Bowl against quality, competent guys, and you still produced, that's intriguing, bro. Very few guys play all 5 spots. So a Scott Peters, you talk about a desirable Scott Peters mold, athletic, huge size, great character, young player that's had a clean bill of health and played all positions, bro. That is a perfect prototype for Scott Peters.
Yeah.
So that's why he's 4 for me. I'm gonna go 5 at Taj Brooks. Just because respectfully, he's a running back and he's at best RB3 day 1.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna take time to earn the confidence as a third down back pass blocker behind what Samaje is. Samaje is a stonewall as a pass blocker. Erase type shit. He's like the Drew Sample of tight ends. The ungaudy, unsexy running back that will give you some juice, actually more than what Drew Sample's 5.5 or 40 time running ass would do. But as a blocker, exceptional. So that's why I'm gonna have to put Taj at you're running back 3 right now. I love what you can ascend into.
Yeah.
Into clearly state with Shamar. I love the character. I'm excited for what he can possibly provide, but not deviating from what we said day 1. You drafted a question mark at pick 18. I think that is a disservice when you desperately need pass rush and you drafted a dude that is a question mark for rushing the passer. What are we doing? So I can't help but put him at 6, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I've seen some things going around, because can't defer from the fact that Shamar in his college career did create a lot of pressure.
Give it. I'm sorry, bro. Just stop. You know what I mean? From his point, stop talking about it because he's like, I led my team in pressures. Stop.
Right.
Dude, that's fine. Your 17th pick. You don't gotta tell us that you did something good because we know you did. But that's like AR saying, when he was coming out, bro, I threw the ball 30 times, bro. You had a 40% completion percentage. You know what I'm saying? Oh, bro, I threw the ball so much. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, bro. Of course you got pressures, bro. You're fast as fuck, boy. But you couldn't get the quarterback down.
So that's what you were saying. Taj is like the Drew Sample of running backs.
No, not yet.
Because
I was saying Majay P.
Oh, Majay P.
But then we got the predecessor, Tajay B.
Because I will say, with Tajay, it is that, right? It's getting to the second level for him as a runner. And I don't think he's going to do that consistently. Now, I do think he's going to get you the tough yards. I think he's, when asked of, he can be a 3-down back if, granted the health in that room. I still think Chase obviously is your guy, but yeah, Tajay P, man. Wait. See, now you
mix them both. Yeah, Tajay B.
Tajay B.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Yeah.
Sure.
Run it back, hey.
All right, yeah. We'll keep that. We'll keep that tucked to the best. We'll see if that develops into anything. But yeah, man. So we just ran through all the draft picks. We ran through our rankings on what we like the most. It's crazy. We'll never stop the increments of time, guys. But we're through the acquisition of the offseason now, pretty much. You may end up, for the Bengals specifically, you may end up adding a guy here or there, but we're through the acquisition part, bro. So now we're sooner than later going to start rolling downhill. You're building up your roster. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to build a name for yourself. How are you feeling about this offseason so far?
I mean, obviously.
What would you grade it? How about that?
How would I grade it? Oh, man. including the draft and everything.
Everything from January 6th to when the season ended to today. How would you grade it?
I would say a B minus, and I think a lot of that weight carried is the extensions. I just
carried.
wasn't that impressed with this offseason, man. They moved on from Kappa, right? They knew what the question marks were there at the guard position. Their defense, you got a disgruntled Jermaine Pratt. You know that your defensive line has not been good in the last couple years, and that's really been the prime reason of why that secondary is so bad. And you saw why they kept all of their secondary going into this next season, because I can't fully put that on them. You know,
Exactly.
I think really it's creating pressure, and Shamar does that. He creates pressure. So
It's all about pressure. Hey, you know what? Hey, look. I guess I do get it, bro. Listen, in 22, arguably the best Bengals defense, right? Remember the first, the first 8 weeks, no first half touchdowns? They had the third least amount of sacks in the league.
Yeah, we weren't.
But they had top 5 in pressure rate. But you're also not Lou Anarumo. So I get it where some people bring that up. That was a Lou Anarumo specific scheme. Now, like I said, doesn't mean Al's not willing to, kind of develop some schemes that work into that favor and bring that out. But it has worked. So if you want to flex those pressures, Shamar, I guess, but Miles got pressures too. What are we doing with Myles Murphy? Because all I'm hearing, Drake, is Shamar is going to get a ton of chances week 1. Are you going to burn another first-round pick? Because I'm going to burn that defensive building down if they do.
Myles Murphy, can you play safety? Could you drop 30, 20, 40 pounds and hop in there at safety, man? Or Shamar, whoever.
Where is Dax Hill playing?
Dax Hill's going to stay on the outside, I think. But where's
so your second-round pick's going to be on the bench.
Well, that's the thing, though, bro. They've invested so many of their premium picks into the cornerback position that now they're kind of sitting there, because, Dax could be still a free safety, if we're being honest, but, I don't know.
You know what the decision makers for the Bengals have been to these premium draft picks on defense? They've been like Mitch McConnell. They've been like Joe Biden. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with them. But the more you are inactive with it, the worse it gets. So can you just commit to these young guys, bro?
I got a better one for you. They got Marvin Lewis, John Ross.
Come on, bro. And the more indecisive you are, the worse it gets. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're looking at your girl in the car, what do you want? And she doesn't know. The longer that she doesn't answer, the worse it gets, bro. Yeah. That's where we're at right now. We are the girl that is indecisive on where to eat. And it's about 10 seconds of, you choose. Well, as soon as I choose something, you're not going to want, that doesn't sound good. No, not that. Bro, they got to make a decision. So if Miles is another dude that they just don't know and is going to be a depth rotational guy, I don't know. You choose which first-round pick's going to be a rotational guy at this point. I don't know. I don't know, bro. You guys know where I've been at, and Drake has largely been at this too, but I've been running with it for years. You got to lie in the bed that you chose to lie in. You drafted these guys. You've got to commit to them. How do you trust somebody? By trusting them. And I get it. And I'm not for every week this dude's making game-wrecking mistakes and you just keep rolling with them. But you do it with bums on offense that protect your franchise. But you won't do it for defense? Isn't that weird? That actually makes me want to punch the decision makers in the face. So you're willing to do that. with the guys that are single-handedly responsible for keeping your quarterback alive. He may die next time. I don't promise that Joe Burrow may die from the next injury he gets for all we know. He may break his neck. I'm sorry. I don't want to prophesy that. But you won't do it for defense?
But you do
it for offense? These dudes are criminals. They are terrorists that are blocking for your quarterback.
Well, let's be honest. If not for Trent Brown getting injured, I think Amarius could have been in that same boat possibly, and we could have been still a question mark at right tackle. You know, what is Amarius? But thankfully, you know, he
True.
got his playing time in year one. And you talk about the premium picks, right? You talk about, well, you got to kind of lie in your bed. You do, because you've done it so much. They've literally done it so much where Miles Murphy, I mean, we've done it with cornerbacks too. Even, you know, Cam
Dax.
Taylor at one point.
There you go.
He wasn't a full starter when he came. I know he was dealing with injuries and stuff, but still, he wasn't acclimated as a starter right away.
You draft premium guys to give you premium value. And I get it. That doesn't mean that, like, if you got a legit competent starter, you just, like,
Right.
you know, dish away the competent starter.
Yeah.
But in the same way, you're confused on who to build around. I mean, fortunately, they got rid of the dead weight, right? And I got to give them credit for that. The three biggest dead weighters, if you call them dead weighters, right, on the starting 22 last year, Sam Hubbard, Alex Kappa, Jermaine Pratt, biggest dead weighters. All of them are gone. I give them credit for that, right?
Yeah.
They got younger everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice. They got more athletic, younger, and fitting what they want to build. Nice. Love that. But, like, there's still key pieces that you're unsure with. And I get it. Like, above all, you love that you have a game record like Trey, and you have no problem, you know what I mean, with them being on the other side. And also, like, there's nothing wrong with having a rotation of guys that can have success and win, whatever. But, like, now, I don't know, you burn value, man. Like, you can't waste money. It's like the day-to-day of our adult lives. If you waste money, you feel that impact, right?
Yeah.
And they're wasting money. Like, they're burning money, bro. Like, you didn't have to go to the casino last night. You didn't have to bet $1,500 on Shedeur Sanders to go in the first round. Because you burned that money, bro. You burned that money. And you didn't have to double down because I'm locking in for the boys and selecting for the second round. I'm putting 1,000 down, bro. We're going all in. Like, you
Third.
can't burn money like that, bro. Imagine a dude betting on that. Oh, dude, he's totally going this round, bro. It's minus 1,900 for third round for Shedeur, dude. I'll put like a K on it. I don't know. That's a horrible bet. You get my point. You can't waste value like that, but you got to lie, you know, in the bed that you're lying in now. So you leave this draft, right, with a lot of talent and a lot of upside. But, yeah, like, I guess come back to the macro. You actually didn't answer it. Oh, you did. A B- for the offseason, right? Kind of interesting. So,
Yeah.
and you obviously said the deals carried. The two deals carried.
Just like them three carry the offense, carries that.
Carried a franchise. No, I get it. And I gotta say, I think that's a little high for me.
Yeah.
With what was required.
I'm the nice teacher. I'm the chill teacher.
You are, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ruthless.
Yeah.
Like, even though I was the kid that, like, didn't, you know what I'm saying, didn't focus on all that shit. Like, when a teacher was ruthless to be like, oh, what a stupid bitch, bro. This is crazy, bro. You're a loser, dude. I don't care. But now I'm that teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, all that stuff, bro. I'm on them. But I mean, I'm not gonna, like, deviate a ton from where you were. You were B-. I'd say, like, I'd give him a C, maybe even a C+. Like, but kind of the perspective I just laid out is crazy that it kind of just hit me like that. That the two biggest dead weighters, three, you eliminated. You made one retire, right? And like, you offloaded Jermaine and, well, soon to be Jermaine and Alex and Cordell. Like, I am cool with that.
Yeah.
You know, but and you sign the big guys. Actually, I'm gonna give him a C plus. So we're not that far after all.
Okay.
Because what's not talked about enough, Joe Burrow says, "Hey, my weapons, keep them." Bengals say, "All right, $305 million." Hey, man, people can talk a lot of shit, bro, but almost a third of $1 billion in contracts to the weapons he said he wanted. All right. And that was all timer, bro, with the deals at the same time.
They paid a tight end.
They paid a tight end, a 29.5-year-old tight end. So they have done that before, right? But like, and I mean, dude, Mike Gesicki's great, bro.
Yes.
I'm so glad that we kept him. Like, he's so good. That was a former Pro Bowler, bro.
Do you remember when I said to you, I think this was maybe the offseason or something, it's a while ago, but I said to you, I was like, I know it sounds crazy because of the volume we get with wide receivers, but I could still see Mike Gesicki getting 600-700 yards in this offense. And he did, like, even towards the end of the season when Jamar and T were both in the lineup, they were finding ways to get him involved, and he was eating, bro.
Isn't it interesting? Like, and it was easy as hell, too.
Right.
It's not like that Jamar saw 7 targets because they're giving 11 to Mike.
Right.
In fact, like, well, obviously we knew what time it was. How they won games was off the passing game, right? And how just elite and all-time, literally all-timer it was. I mean, you talk about that passing offense. Guys, I'm not exaggerating. I mean, you look at the numbers, bro. Joe Burrow put up a top 17 NFL season for a quarterback ever, which I'm sorry, opens more wounds for all of us, right? For not getting to the playoffs. I mean, I don't even want to open the wounds with it, but like, so I get it. You're not going to always be in that realm, but Andre was getting love too. Mike Gesicki was getting love. T was getting love. Jamar was putting up if Jamar put up 100 yards in the game, we're like, oh, all right.
Chase Brown in the receiving game.
Chase Brown, bro. Think about how crazy this is. Caliber, I'm going to add, right? Pro Bowl caliber running back, again. Perennially, we don't talk about that enough, guys. We talk about the receivers we just print out. Running backs. We always have them. Pro Bowl caliber running back last year. Pro Bowl caliber tight end. Pro Bowl caliber receiver 1. Pro Bowl caliber receiver 2. MVP caliber quarterback. Pro Bowl caliber left tackle. Soon to be Pro Bowl caliber right tackle.
Yeah.
Center was great. Ted Karras, great again. Bro, like this offense, bro, like that's why, like, just why didn't you get that other stabilizing guard to where you're like, you know what? It sounds foo-foo when a lot of fans say, like, fucking put 40 on their head, but like for real, fucking put 40 on their head every week.
Right.
Every week, bro. And just like you can still make it happen though. That's what I feel good about. So I would consider the offseason incomplete still until I see Justin Simmons get signed. Because I think that's the only dude that's like, I like Justin Blackmon. I'm surprised he hasn't signed yet. I don't expect him to come in and be an unequivocal day one starter. Justin Simmons is dethroning one of those safeties, and I would expect it to be Geno Stone or one of those guards. So it's not over until Justin Simmons, Brandon Scherff, and Dalton Risner are off the board. But, like, yeah, man. So the offseason's been interesting. It's been like it's like they got a good steak, but it was overcooked or cooked not to their liking. You know what I'm saying? What you looking at? Comments cool?
It's actually kind of similar to what we're talking about right now with, this offseason and stuff. You guys think Trey is going to be with us when the season starts?
Oh, is that what they're asking? Yeah. Where the hell is he going? Like, for what? Look, guys, we know how the Bengals are. We talked about it and feel some peace with it. If they trade, they're winning the trade right away. Are they ever going to win a trade right away right now? No. Would you win a trade right away that's a tongue twister. Would you win a trade for Trey right away? No way. Like at any point in the offseason, whether you get whether you draft Mike Green, I mean, whether you draft Abdul Carter, you're not winning the trade right away. Like that's so. If you wouldn't win it then, or it wouldn't make sense then, don't you worry, guys. It's not going to make sense now. He's not going anywhere. We talked about it, bro. The second most likely option for Trey Hendrickson is to not play football in 2025. That's the odds, bro. We said it. You're either getting extended or you're sitting out. You're retiring, and you'll come back in 2026, take a 1-year, $20 million deal somewhere else, and play football for a year. That's how likely it is that he's going to get traded. Not likely.
So I could have sworn I didn't know. Now, when the player holds out, say Trey holds out, he wouldn't still have that year on his contract. I thought like he would still have to play technically on that year.
There's ways to maneuver around it. I think technically you would have to report in some way. So what could happen to where Trey could where Trey could end up getting the majority sum of his deal. So over like 9 million of it is if he reports, or like almost 10 mil if he reported by week 9. In some way, I don't know if that's you have to report active for one game, whatever. It will not get that ugly. I think they're going to work a deal at minimum to get him to play this year. So if that is, they pay him $10 million extra this year, or they flip the deal and they guarantee everything this year, and they're like, all right, we'll give you 21.5 fully guaranteed this year. I don't know what that looks like, but I think the bare minimum is that you pay him enough to get on the field, because that has been a thing that people don't talk about enough with Trey. He has more leverage than what people think. Because like I just said, if he goes about it by the textbook, by the book, by the contract, he can play practically no football in 2025. And 31-year-old Trey Hendrickson, I promise you, will get $20 million plus next year on the open market. Easy. Like I could see a team like the Panthers signing him for $25 million. 1 year, $25 million. Reset your market type stuff. I mean, because I think he's tired of being underpaid, bro. That's where I'm at. Like, I think that there should be more worry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, instill fear into you guys. I just think there should be more worry that this dude is like, I'm not playing football.
Why can't we see a similar situation to Chris Jones when he, was in the press box while they're playing week 1? Like something like that could arise where Trey's like, I'm just sit out until you guys want to pay me, which then could maybe force the hand of the Bengals paying him.
And guess what happened that year, bro? Exactly what I just laid out with how Trey could go. They flipped the deal. They gave more guarantee money in that final year of Chris Jones' deal, and they upped the salary by like $4 or $5 million or $8 million, and they covered the $3.5 million in fines. So Trey's going to get fined. He's not going to report to anything. This could go throughout the summer. It could. We heard that it could be sooner, right? And actually, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. This could very well get done sooner. But if it doesn't, he's going to sit out as long as he needs to, sit on his hands, and he knows he's going to get another payday. This dude is going to see $40 million more. Like, unless if he had some catastrophic injury to derail his career, this dude will see $40 million more of money in the NFL. And I think he'd be willing to sacrifice that for one season with the team that he has given. I mean, just multiple years of underpay. It's just a reality, and it's so hard because, like, he signed the dotted line, right? And they've paid him twice in 4 years because he's been a good player. It's just still to his market value. He's been so underpaid. I don't even want to talk about how much money he's missed out on. If you want to talk about money correlated, and I get it, that's kind of the NFL, right? So you maximize on value, but like, I feel like he's putting his foot down saying, I've had enough. I put up with enough. I love you guys. I've been so underpaid. I don't give a damn. I get my money or I'm not playing.
And who's to say, like, a guy that played next to him on the defensive line. We watched it in a contract year. DJ Reader, season-ending injury. Like, that's something when you get up there in age, it's not promised that you're gonna have these full 17-game seasons.
True.
So it's like you have to make business decisions at the end of the day. And he saw that. He saw that happen right next to him. DJ Reader out for the season. And I would hate to see something like that happen to Trey, because he deserves all the money that he has put up in these last few years. Even though he got fucked on that contract that he signed, like, he still deserves it. And the Bengals know it. He knows it. And I just really hope they get something worked out, man.
I believe in the Bengals front office to do it because, like we said, Joe Burrow said, I want him, and him. Jamar, T, Mike, and Trey. The first three got $305 million. And then you got one more left. They also told Trey in his camp at the combine, you are getting a new deal this year. And I don't see them as a team to do that to one of their most important players, to not give them that deal. I don't know. That just seems bold, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you got to stick with your word, So, what? Those comments going crazy or what?
Someone said another exciting non-playoff season ahead.
Hey, hell no, bro. Nah, hey, we can't be thinking like that, dude. We're too good, which I don't even like. I can't believe, like, we really didn't make the playoffs.
Back to back with Joe.
Bro, we had an MVP season for Joe. Trey, Defensive Player of the Year season. Jamar, Offensive Player of the Year season. T, the best player he's ever been. Pro Bowls, like I said, Pro Bowl caliber talent at every offensive position. You still didn't make the
best
playoffs.
Right tackle, best left tackle.
Best center Joe's ever had. If we laid that out in 24, like, we would be like, oh, dude, we're going 15-2, dude. We're winning the bowl. Not even going to the playoffs. Y'all may be right. No, I'm kidding. Hey, we're not going to be that negative presence for you guys, all right? We're here to instill faith, belief as Bengals fans, all of us, all right? So we turn our attention to rookie minicamp, bro, coming up in a few days.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like, bro, it's May already. It's been almost 4 months since the last Bengals game. 4 months from now, we're doing it.
That's crazy.
I mean, almost regular season football.
Yeah.
So let alone preseason. Our crazy asses when preseason, we know it. When training camp starts, football's here, baby.
I love how the layout is too, because it's like, you get the free agency, you get the draft, then you get your summertime, right? You get the summer, and then it's preseason football, training camp, all that. So it's right around the corner. We talk about the time increments all the time, and before you know it, it's going to be week 1, and we're talking about who the Bengals are playing, and can we protect Joe Burrow? Can our defense, help us win?
Yep. So I think I saw mandatory minicamp is June 2nd to June 9th. That is little 5 weeks. We'll say 5 weeks away. 5 weeks ago, we were in the heart of free agency. Over 5 weeks ago, we signed T and Jamar. So you talk about increments, man. Like, that felt like, it almost feels like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, like when you signed T and Jamar. You know what I'm saying? So we always talk about it, how fun it is, to move throughout the offseason. And look, man, the 2021 offseason did not feel great. Like, we lost. When we lost Carl Lawson at WJ3, I was cooked. I was like, no, dude. I was like, what are we going to do? And we signed Trey, who felt underwhelming, right? We signed a lot of these guys who at the time felt underwhelming, but turned out to really have their value maximized and be great players. So, like, you can't send that card, and no pun intended, considering we're talking about the draft. You can't ship that shit in and say, all right, we're destined for, not a great season. Like,
did you see the 3rd round pick announced?
bro. Tim Crumry was like peeing his pants, dude. He's like with the 2015 pick in the Bengal draft. Okay,
Darian Fairchild.
oh, yeah. Bro, shout out Darian, bro. Just
And then people were in the comments, they were like, dude, he's drunk as fuck.
nah, hey man, hey, look, all love with Tim Crumry. He was a legend. He looked like he was like a dude that was walking with rods in his body. Cause that dude, like, what he snapped his leg in the Super Bowl like in half, something crazy, bro. Bro was a demon, dude. He was a dog on the defensive line. So yeah, like everybody's got that. Like
You come play?
yeah, shit, we may need him, bro. I love AJ, bro. Remember AJ last year? He folded, dude. I love him, but like I think he was he choked. But you're in front of tens of thousands of people,
Yeah.
bro. Maybe even 100,000. So like I may get a little bit nervous too. I mean, with the just drop the mic. Just leave. Like I can't even do it.
Imagine if you don't get to read the name until you're up there. So like you read the name and it's just something that you cannot pronounce, like something from
Oh, straight up, dude. I'll be like,
imagine if you got Jung Meta's name up there.
oh, Muma, bro. I'd have to ask him before, bro. So like, what's crazy, bro? Did you see Shador, like when they were announcing the Shador pick? So the woman, like they showed the behind the scenes, they had 2 or 3 draft picks ahead of them already. So they knew like 10 minutes ahead of time.
Really?
Yeah, bro. So they had like Shador and like 2 other people. And when they were announcing Shador, I was like, that's crazy. So thinking of that.
So why are we waiting?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're always ahead. But like they got time. Like, yo, what the fuck's this dude's name? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. I mean, there's some people like Darius Fairchild, dog, demon, dude. Like even more athletic now. Yeah, bro. Like you're always gonna get those guys that can't pronounce names.
Ooh, that's a good one. The draft is in Pittsburgh next year. You guys showing up? Would love to meet you guys. I live like 5 hours from there. Hey, the draft in Pittsburgh might be interesting. That might
Dude.
be interesting.
Just absolutely fuck on the Pittsburgh city for a couple days.
Yeah.
That may be crazy. Bro.
Yeah.
Just wait till they do it in Cincy, bro. I thought about it. Where would they do it, though?
Dude, they got great. I mean, it's great
Like,
location.
we gotta do it
though.
in
Like,
Cincy, right?
It's great location. Like, dude, the banks would be flooded. Dude, the whole.
They probably would. That'd be the problem. They probably would be flooded for real. Like that's a safety hazard.
Oh yeah.
No, okay. No, I hear you. I mean, where do they fit 100,000 people?
Oh yeah. So you got.
Oh, you know what? Screw it, bro. We're gonna do it.
In the stadium.
That's such a Bengals thing. Like, yeah, we have no space. You want to do it in the stadium, like sell the seats for like $100.
Oh
like,
my
that's such a
God.
Bengals move, bro. I don't even know where you do it. Like,
Oh yeah, you're right. Damn.
yeah, bro. I really couldn't tell you.
Put
like,
them on the river. Fucking-
yeah, I mean,
Put the
on
draft
some
stage-
barges, dude. Weren't they? They were gonna do that before.
They did that, I thought. On the
Oh
water.
my god! No, they backed out. Dude, that was gonna be the Joe Burrow draft. That's crazy. 5 years ago.
Damn.
They should do that.
What about that?
Oh my!
That would have been fire,
That's
bro.
it, guys. It's got to be in Cincy. Once it's in Cincy, we'll definitely be there. I mean, yeah, bro. Pittsburgh next year. That could be
I might
interesting.
think
That
about
could
it,
be
yeah.
some good content. Like, bro, that's a good idea. I was asked to go to the draft last year. It was in Tennessee, right? I think so.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, I have some family over there. 100,000 people, bro. That's a lot. Like, you get tired. Food's expensive.
I mean, how the
Probably
fuck
be
do they fit them in Cleveland? They just ain't got shit there. Is that why? Just
No, they got a lot of shit in Cleveland, bro.
a lot of open space.
Shit's everywhere,
It's like-
actually.
it's like shit.
Well, that's the thing. It's actually we have that shit everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they say I put that shit on everything. They're like, yeah, we got that shit everywhere. Like, welcome to Cleveland, where there's shit everywhere, even our quarterbacks. We don't have a bro.
You know,
They are literally like a college, bro. Cleveland University. We have 5 quarterbacks. We have the 7-year senior in Joe Flacco. We have the pedophile who's really good.
what about the Saints pick?
Oh, Tyler Shaw? Dude. Bro, you know what's even crazier? In 54 years, they have not drafted a first-round quarterback, bro. The Saints.
Really?
They're the only NFL team that hasn't done that. I saw that stat today, bro. How impoverished, bro. You draft a 30-year-old quarterback, bro. Like, he's 26 or 25.
Saints fans, I feel bad for you guys.
Oh, my
Really do.
gosh, bro. Who even is that? Is he going to play? Bro, they got that Jake Henny. Who would, like, Jake Henner, whatever the fuck his name is? Like, Spencer Rattler. I think he's got CTE. His brain's a little rattled. He's like he's a great value brand of Shedeur Sanders. You know what? I think Shedeur Sanders needs to be motivated and strive to be like Spencer Rattler. There's a take in his NFL career because I don't think he's gonna do shit. So he better be grateful to put up like 300
What do you
yards in a
think?
game.
Spencer Rattler to Jermaine Burton.
What? They're like the same person.
I know that.
They would be a dynamic duo, bro. Like in a movie or something
Oh,
of
yeah.
like
Like
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase if they're like light skinned, like, oh dude, we're that duo, bro. They think they're crazy. They think they're demons, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Rattler to Jermaine Burton and like the UFL in 2028 will cook, dude. Like for the Birmingham Stallions, bro. Jermaine Burton.
fucking AJ McCarron head coach.
I'm kidding. Yeah, probably, bro. Like, nah, for real. Jermaine Burton.
We love you.
As a talent, the dream's not dying.
It's
I'm
not.
not.
And I'm not off.
Just
the
wait
train.
till I wear the Jermaine Burton shirt, bro. Not everybody's seen it yet, Drake. Just wait till I wear it. I got shirts every day of the week, baby. Every day of the week. I got hella. All right. So, all right, dude. We're probably going to go ahead and wrap this thing up here in a minute. The draft has commenced, guys. It's crazy. Time has flown by. It may feel a bit underwhelming right now, but like we talked about, bro, some of those picks that may have felt underwhelming then turn out to be, the picks you're most grateful for.
Yeah.
So, any closing thoughts, bro, before we head out of here?
I hope we hit on these draft picks, man. Similar to what you said in that off season, it didn't look good on paper. I kind of feel the same about this one. Doesn't necessarily look sexy or look great on paper. You just hope a lot of these year two guys, Chris Jenkins, and just all these other guys, they can produce. You got to hope that your cornerbacks, can stay healthy. DJ Turner, Dax Hill, that's going to be interesting because you're talking about where's Dax going to play. Where's Drago going to play? If Dax is starting outside, is he playing opposite? Is Cam backing up? Like, there's a lot of question marks and still long while in the offseason to figure those things out. So we just take it one step at a time. And for all you listeners, we'll keep you updated on the time increments. We're not stopping anytime soon. So
We're always here. We're always here to give you guys a vision.
like an alarm clock,
Really. We really are. Or we're like, no, we're like a calendar.
the reminder.
Yeah. We're a calendar. That's next to the door. Don't throw us away. Because like we're cool, dude. Like when you look at us in a good angle, we're like, oh my God, dude, that's not that far away. You know what I'm saying? They start to write on it, shit like that. So you can go ahead right on the calendar. Got a handful of weeks, so other eventful stuff's going on. But we're gonna be with you guys a couple times a week. That's gonna be the goal. When there's breaking news, things like that really do deserve an immediate reaction, Drake and I are gonna navigate through that accordingly. Like to be here right away. We don't live right next to each other. Yeah, we're in the Cincinnati area, the tri-state. But, we're not going to always be readily available in those moments, but we're going to be consistent a couple times every single week to provide this face-to-face interactive content, a new angle for you guys. But one perspective I did just want to drop, all right, as we leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This off season, bro,
I
is like when you're a few shots deep at the bar, right?
Yeah.
You got risky, bro. You took a couple double shots at the bar, and it's kind of early, and like, it's not late enough to where you feel comfortable trying to bag that 6 at 5.5 real quick. But like she's kind of got a fatty. Like she's a little, you know what I'm saying? She may be a bit bigger than what you want. But you go ahead and you take that, you move on her, right? You don't want everybody to know, but you still pulled her. All right. So you pulled the 5.5, you pulled the 6. You got to take what you can sometimes, bro. So that's how I feel like this offseason is. You pulled the 5.5, you pulled the 6, but who knows? She may turn out to be the one for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how you got to take it, bro. It may turn out to be well.
Look at these legendary stats. I mean, look at the career year in 2020, right? 8.7 career high, 349, 1 touchdown.
Oh my gosh, bro. He put up 350 yards in 2020. Where that ass?
Yeah.
Can you look up Alex Erickson yards, please?
Let's see. This
Oh,
game,
bro. You see Hunter Renfro today?
Yeah.
Bro, what's up with the Panthers signing white receivers, bro? Outside of like Xavier Leggett, is that the only black receiver they got, bro? I feel like every other dude they're like, oh, are you slow? Are you white? You're a Panthers receiver. Or Alex Erickson, Hunter Renfro, Trent Irwin. They got dudes lined up. Alex Erickson put up 550 yards in 2019. My goat. I mean, Alex Erickson. You know what? We got an Eli Apple jersey.
you want to know a legend? You remember this guy, man? Jake Kumaro.
Oh yeah, Kumi, bro. What from what? Like 2015, bro? Damn, is that his beard? Let me see that beard. Ooh, that's fire, bro. Is he still in the league?
Nah, no.
Oh, what was his last year?
2022.
Oh shit. Okay. What's his most successful year?
12 catches, 219 yards.
That's his most successful year.
Yeah.
Dude, that's butt cheeks, bro. Bro, you want to hear something crazy?
His cousin is Joey and Nick Bosa.
For real?
Wow. Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Uncle John Bosa.
Most prominent family member, John Bosa.
We gotta just talk a few more obscures before we get out of here. Let's see.
I always love the obscurities, man. No, I got a really obscure one for you real quick. So shout out to Paul Daner for providing this stat. So since 2011, the Bengals have drafted 20 linemen. Guess how many they've signed to second contracts?
How many?
0.
Wait, when is it since?
11 since 2011. Bro, they have drafted what? 4 first-round O linemen. Amarius is on a great path, right, to getting that. But you want to hear the even crazier part? They have signed 1 O lineman to his second contract, undrafted Trey Hopkins. Isn't that dope?
Yeah.
So what are the odds, bro? You've drafted what? Cedric Boy, terrorist. Jonah in 19 didn't earn a second contract. Franchise. I think he played on a franchise tag. Jonah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or was
No, I don't think he did. He played on a
Fifth year.
fifth year. Yeah, just played on fifth year. Jonah, Amarius. Billy. I mean, dude, 4 first-round O linemen, bro. 4 first-rounders, and you can't sign one to a second contract. What a travesty, bro.
let's see. You got remember John Miller? You had John Miller.
Dude, John Miller. Gosh. Are
Dude,
we going to bring him on the pod?
I thought John Miller was gonna be a dog, man. I really did.
Bro, he used to be in like 2011, and we signed him in like 2018.
Remember-
John Jerry.
What was that? Xavier Suafilo. Thought he was gonna be a dog. I was talking to myself, but that's all the tats and shit. I'm like, XSF is what they called him.
Yep. XSF sent himself to the XFL. Yep, he was so trash. Yeah, bro. I mean, I will never. You know what? I may have to get me a Damian Willis number 9 jersey.
Who was the kicker we had?
Which one?
The black kicker.
Bro,
I wanted him to be so good.
bro, he like went to be a professional soccer player or something.
Really?
Yeah, bro. What was his name?
Oh man,
Guys, what was his name?
like he had a simple
That
name.
black kicker, number 3.
He had a simple
He
name.
did. It's like Brown.
Yeah, that's I was.
Trey Brown.
It was literally something Brown. I
Trey
thought.
Brown? No, Trey Brown's a GM. Or
He was gonna help us out.
bro. Who? I don't remember, bro.
What did you think his last name was again?
I know it was Brown. I think. I know it was, bro. I don't even know.
Let me see.
John
Brown. It's John Brown.
For real?
Brown.
Shit.
Jon. John Brown.
Okay. All right, John.
Yeah, man. I know you guys remember this, man. Y'all thought he was gonna be a dog. I thought he was.
Nothing will beat my legend, number 23 BW Webb. I didn't like number 24. Didn't have a good season. Number 23 BW Webb got a special place in my heart. Special place, man.
Imagine BW Webb. And obviously Pac-Man is not obscure. I just need it for the personality.
Vibes.
BW Webb, Pac-Man. Who else are you throwing in there?
What do you mean, like?
Mackenzie Alexander.
Oh yeah, vibes, bro. I loved Mackenzie.
Corner.
What do you mean? You talking about like obscurity or just fun vibes? Like,
See, I can't really categorize Pac-Man as obscure,
no, not at all.
but yeah,
He's a pro.
let's try to do like starting cornerback. BW Webb. Mackenzie's pretty
Tony
obscure.
McRae. Tony McRae. Yeah. Who was the other dude, bro? There was another dude in that mix.
Tony McRae.
I would never forget, bro, the soft coverage we put on AB in that 2018 home game.
Let's see, 20.
And when AB took it like 60 yards to the house on Tony McRae, bro, I wanted to shoot him. Damn, I hope YouTube doesn't take me down for that. I did not want to do that. I wanted to shoot him a text and tell him how disappointed I was in him.
Let's see, 2018 roster. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to show
Nick Vigil, what a terrorist. Cody Core,
man.
2019.
Ryan Glasgow, remember him?
Thought he was gonna be
Devontae Harris, is that who you're talking about? No, Devontae actually went on to play with Denver. Kind of.
Yeah. No, he played a few years, bro. That's actually kind of crazy.
Darius Phillips.
No, I knew Darius. There was another dude, bro.
Kavari
Russell. Yeah, I remember him.
That wasn't him though. That's not
No, there's another dude, bro. You should look up 2018. Look up 2017, actually. Go way back. I'm talking Brandon LaFell.
Okay.
Like the Brandon LaFell days. I know the dude was there during the 2017 season.
Let's see.
You know Joe Mixon played with Brandon LaFell? What a time, bro. That was when they were doing the shoot after the games.
It's still crazy to me sometimes that AJ Green and Joe Burrow play together.
Oh, dude, that just warms my heart, bro. AJ.
Dude.
I don't know if there's a more beloved player.
Josh Shaw?
Not Josh Shaw. No. Can I see real quick? Oh, okay, you're just looking at numbers here. I mean, shit. No. Yeah, maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, I don't know.
Damn, Brian Hill. I remember him.
Bro. Brian Leonard. How about that? Dog. Rex Burkhead. Come on, bro. Cedric Pearman.
Yeah, Cedric Pearman was different.
Ryan Hewitt.
Oh, I loved Ryan Hewitt. That's why I wish, I love the H back.
J.P. Foshee. There's an obscure one for you, bro. When I was a kid, bro, Reggie James? is that an actor? Reggie Lewis? Who is that tight end? Who is that dog? Fuck it. Kermit Whitfield. I'm done. Kermit Whitfield. Number
17.
Which one? Number 17 or number 14? Kermit Whitfield. Which one are you taking?
17.
For real? Cool. I'm taking 14. Number 15, Damian Willis, or number 9? No, sorry, you can't choose number 9 because I already chose number 9.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So, I mean, number 81, Carl Pickens, or number 80, Carl Pickens?
80.
All right, I'll take 81 just for vibes, even though I'm not a big number 81 guy. That was my brother's number, actually. So anything my brother had, I couldn't have. So, but that's all right. I'll take that.
Man, I thought Kavari was going to be cool. It was going to be good too. Kavari Russell, former 3rd round pick.
Chris Lewis Harris.
Okay. That one's good.
Sean Williams.
Who was one of our safeties though? We had a safety. Oh, it might have been Lewis Harris.
Yeah, Lewis Harris. Yeah. Bro, he actually played pretty well in that 2015 playoff game, bro.
You remember Green Bay's Clinton Dix?
Oh yeah, Dix.
Yeah.
What a name! What a name! What a guy! How did he fall off, bro? Like, what is up with these safeties going to the Bears and just like their careers dying? Like, remember Eddie Jackson, bro? He was crazy. He just fell off.
Yeah.
Like, George Iloka
Oh,
was one of the best safeties in the league and just fell off the face of the earth.
that one was crazy. Playing.
Weird, bro.
I would love to get George on. Love to get George on.
I'm not gonna lie. Really nice guy. I won't forget if he was like just nervous because he never interviewed before or something. He was on the Locked On podcast years ago. I won't forget it. I'm not trying to diss his name at all. I'm sure he's a great guy. He literally did not stop talking for 20 minutes. I was like, this is crazy. Is he gonna like let Jake talk? You know, Jake's a pretty lax guy.
Yeah.
You know, Jake, let's go. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of turned me off from like listening to him again. I was like, I can't hear you no more. You talk too long. Like we go on spiels, right? I talk a lot. Like I at least try to conversate. Unfortunately, I was just like, I can't hear this dude ever again. All right, bro. We've been bullshitting this over an hour and a half. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Had dude, a couple hundred people tuning in, man. That's pretty dope. This time of night, Sunday night.
Facts.
I got work in the morning, man. People got work to do. I got hours to produce at work tomorrow. Jeez, oh Pete's. You got busy. You're gonna be busy at work, man. We all got things to do, but we will continue to be here for content every week, a couple times a week for you guys. So at last, do you have any final thoughts, bro, before we head out?
No, man. Just let's not make these draft picks obscure. Let's not make them the obscure Bengals in a few years. Let's continue to turn these guys into perennial superstars.
Amen to
I need
that,
Oren
bro.
Burks to turn into fucking dude for the Eagles.
Oren Burks, bro. I forgot we had him. Oh my gosh, linebacker.
Oh my god, we do have a lot of linebackers. What the fuck? We have
Bro,
a shit ton of linebackers.
how did I forget that on Saturday? Now I'm annoyed. Why did we draft another linebacker? That annoys me. Oh well, who cares, bro? We don't have time for that. That'll do it for this video cast of the Bengals After Dark. That'll be
Podcast.
one to get used to. Yeah, that'll do it for this episode of the Bengals After Dark video cast. I call it a video cast because it's like cooler than live stream.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? We're here in real time because we're
Yeah.
doing something that people aren't typically doing. So we'll be back with you guys later. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Peace out.